how it's supposed to feel.
Sophos versus Kaspersky versus our mystery guest. Welcome back everyone to another test, and I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. As for me, the weekend is basically over and tomorrow is Monday and it is another lovely work day. Now we've got Sophos on the left and Kaspersky on the right. So with Sophos being Cloud AV, so we're going to hop over to the dashboard. Okay, so with Sophos, you get a quick status overview. I'm going to hop over to protection under general. This is where we'll disable the protection. I think I'm going to do it now while I'm busy. Artificial intelligence, MC integration, schedule scans off. We have no exclusions for this test. I'm going to see if it does actually interfere with our script. Under exploit, pretty much everything is enabled. Go over to risk reduction, and then application control or protected applications, and then ransomware. Only the two options, as you guys can see, it is enabled. And under web protection, HTTPS traffic is enabled to scan that, and pretty much that. Web filtering is just to block certain categories, but website decryption is enabled. Let's maybe include downloads for our web test, and yeah, that's about it for Sophos. Not really that much to do. On the Kaspersky side, we're going to hop over to the settings. Okay, so for file antivirus, we're going to leave it on optimal. Normally I test Kaspersky on the extreme security, but for now I think I'm just going to test it on default settings predominantly. We can say all files for this one. Scan method, we can say medium. Scan all files. Okay, we're going to leave it on smart mode. Exclusions, let's first save that. Okay, so these are exclusions. No exclusion for our script. I'll check if Kaspersky has an issue. If it does, then I'll just exclude it. So that's file antivirus. Okay, select action automatically. Yeah, we're gonna hop over to safe browsing. Pretty much everything on default here. I just want to see if it is a instance of install and forget, how well Kaspersky will do. Okay, mail antivirus not testing. MC, let's do that. We'll hit a save. So don't prompt. Okay, we're gonna hop over to network attack blocker. Okay, firewall is enabled, pretty much on default. I'm gonna leave it as is. Weak setting scan, system watcher. Okay, select action automatically. Intrusion prevention. As you guys can already see, a lot more options to choose in Kaspersky versus Sophos. Okay, so KSN network, as you guys can see, top right is enabled. Self-defense is enabled, and that's pretty much that. And then our mystery guest is an AV I haven't tested yet before, is Total AV. Okay, so we have Total AV. Okay, so under general, not much as well. Antivirus scans, scan all archives, etc. No scheduled scans, don't want that to interfere. Real-time protection automatically, protection at startup. Scan archives, no exclusions. Web shield is enabled. Check for definitions every 1 hour. Password vault, VPN. We'll use Total AV's VPN when we start the test. Duplicate scans, gamer mode, and just notifications, and that's about that. Okay, cool. So let's quickly get the protection disabled, so we can extract the malware and then get the test started. Okay, so the malware is extracted and the VMs are ready. Now we don't have as normal. You guys know I tend to do a lot of samples, but I think 1958 samples is quite adequate enough for this test. As you guys can see, Sophos also 1958, and the same for Kaspersky is 1958. So it's application files, fileless malware, zip files, Office documents, PDF files, etc. Okay, so now I think let's just make sure that they are up to date. Okay, total AV is up to date, as you guys can see. So let's quickly get the protection going for total AV. Enterprise scans, that's still on. Real-time protection, it's enabled. Web shield, as you guys can see, is enabled. Okay, so we are protected. Sophos is up to date. Let's quickly hop over to the portal. Okay, just a quick squeeze. As you guys can see that all the settings are enabled. Okay, website filtering. Okay, I think that's about that. Still block downloads or scan downloads. Okay, so I think Sophos is protected. Let's hop over to Kaspersky. Kaspersky is up to date. Okay, so I think all the AVs are ready. Drivers are running. We've given them a couple of seconds to get going. Oh, let's close this one. Okay, so the first test is the website test. So this contains malicious downloads, phishing links. So it's a whole combination of web type of threats. Okay, there we go. Sophos is just a tad slow. Kaspersky as well. Okay, so total AV was doing its thing, so seems like okay, IP address. Okay, so for the malware protection, let's say we'll keep that JavaScript. So whatever's downloaded, I'll execute that as well as part of the malware test. Yeah. Oops, seems like it's opened up twice. Okay, so it's taking a little bit of time. Okay, so can't reach, could be the malicious download links. Okay, so show details. Okay, doesn't seem like we have a site that actually opened up. Okay, so I think that's that for Kaspersky. Let's have a look at Sophos. Okay, it's downloading picture. Okay, so it seems like okay, Sophos blocked that one as well. Blocked. That's good, that's good. Blocked. And blocked as well. Okay, could be the HTTPS scanning that it is interfering with the certificates. Okay, seems like we've got a clean slate for Sophos and for Kaspersky. We'll look at the downloads to determine. Just gonna jump through these ones and I'll come back to them. Okay, so here we do have some total AV blog pages. Okay. Okay, so it seems like these ones aren't loading. Could be that total AV is interfering with the page being loaded. Okay, but yeah, I'm not gonna count them. Let's look at our downloads. Okay, so we've got 2 downloads. We've got this Java, and then for Kaspersky, I don't think there is. I think it's just also the bitmap file. So the bitmap picture. And yeah, okay, cool. So just a picture. Hopefully it's not something naughty. Let's just open it. Okay, doesn't seem like it's something. Okay, so for total AV, let's launch this JavaScript. Let's see what happens. Okay, so before I do, I actually forgot to show you guys. No cheating, no nothing. VMs are clean before we started. This is Sophos. So no funky business. Okay, I'll show you guys Kaspersky now. Let's see what happens with total AV. Don't think something happened. Okay, here we've got PowerShell. Okay, cool. That's fine. We'll check that later on. Okay, so with Kaspersky, it is clean. And oops, I almost forgot to connect the VPNs, so I quickly connected the VPNs. For those wondering why I'm not using the Kaspersky VPN is because of the 200 megabit limit that we have, and I'm not sure that might be enough for the malware test, for all the downloads and updates and things like that. So it's going to be a waste of time to use it when it's empty, then hop over to my free VPN. So I'm just going to use Proton. So Proton is a cool VPN. It's got unlimited data and it is pretty fast for a free VPN, and it's one of the well-known VPNs. So okay, cool. So now that the VPNs are connected, we already did the website test, so now we're going to start with the malware test. Just going to move that to the side. Going to move that to the side. We're going to start with total AV. Okay, just going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so we don't really see any pop-ups yet from Sophos. Total AV, that's good. We've got a pop-up there. Not sure what this little red block is supposed to be. Okay, we go. Let's close that. Okay, so if you guys can see under Sophos, we already have a couple of threads in memory. Could all just be these error messages that they should close off. But we do have this little red block, which is definitely suspicious. And let's just move that AV to that side. Okay, let's hop over to Kaspersky. Okay, we're not going to do a disinfect and restart. We're only going to do that at the end. Okay, as you guys can see, Sophos already has its hands full. On the Kaspersky side, it doesn't seem like we have anything running as of yet. And let's look at that levy. Nothing for now. Okay, I'm just going to move it to that side. Okay, so no real disk usage. Average CPU usage from that levy. On the Sophos side, we have high CPU usage. Could be anti-malware because of the MC integration. We have high memory, a little bit of high disk. So remember, these are SSD drives. Let's look at Kaspersky. Okay, Kaspersky not so high. Memory is okay, disk as well. So yeah, so Sophos a little bit more on the system resources. Okay, so we do still have the 3 threads. So this is the one with the red block. Let's quickly check what this one is on virus total. Zippy zip, always with WinRAR. Okay, so this is a Trojan. So seems like a Vast, an AVG, a Vera, Bitdefender, and CrowdStrike, and ESET, and eScan, and MSite, and also Kaspersky, I think. Yeah, Kaspersky, Backdoor. Okay, so quite a number of vendors are aware of it. So about 50%. And yeah, for those who know this antivirus here, that icon. So what I actually want to say with the Immunet AV, it is actually now discontinuing. I know it's off topic, but I actually wanted to update my Immunet. Actually wanted to okay, so we've got an old Windows XP. So Immunet has been discontinued. I think it's early next year or something. Can't remember the exact date where Immunet will then be end of life. This is pretty annoying. And let's hop over to malware. Okay, cool. So malware is still executing. Okay, as you guys can see, quite a number of threads are in memory. So Sophos, as far as I know, doesn't have any type of sandbox, cloud-based or on the machine. So this is all threads that are actively in memory at this point, and who knows what they are doing. They could be exfiltrating any information from the browsers, any passwords, any keystrokes. Yeah, you can be collecting any type of information. Could be reconning on the network. We won't know unless we see what this malware is actually trying to do. Okay, so not looking too great for Sophos at this point. And I don't think it's got anything to do with the VPN. VPN is quick, it's fast. I've got fast internet connection. So I don't think the VPN would have any real impact on the protection. And then you can also then make the argument that if you used any other type of VPN, you got infected, that AVs are useless over VPNs. So I don't think that's a real argument to make that VPN is the cause. If Sophos had some sort of delay, I don't think that will be a good argument. Okay, so I think I'm going to have my hands full with Sophos. Because obviously with all these error messages being closed, they would then eventually start disappearing in memory. Okay, so it seems like Kaspersky's got the same. I actually don't know what this is. I don't know if this is just fake malware, or is it actually like grayware, or I don't know. Don't know what this thing is. Could be one of these ones. Spawned under Khan host. Oh, let's see what Total AV is doing. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Total AV is not doing bad as well. But yeah, let me attend to this, guys. You guys know the routine by now. I'll point out if there's anything worth pointing out. But for now, I'm just going to attend to all these gazillion pop-ups. I've got my cup of coffee. And yeah, let me deal with this and I'll let you guys know. Okie dokie, guys, so the test is finally done. On the Sophos machine, the test is interrupted, but we are very close to done in any case, so I'm not gonna bother continuing the last 100 or 200 samples. As you can see, that the script has been interrupted, so we're just gonna close that. You'll notice that we have quite a number of threads that are currently running on the Sophos machine, and it is extremely slow. So as you guys can see, if I keep on scrolling, we do have quite a number of threads, but I think a lot of these threads are the ones with these error messages. So if we do actually just close them out, I think we should get that number much lower. So let me quickly do that. Before I do, so with Kaspersky, test is done. It doesn't seem like we have that much running. It's only one, and then these two I just think might be false positives, but we have this one that's running, but I personally don't think also that's going to be malware. Might just be a false positive. But while that loads, we don't really have anything else. Let's have a quick squeeze at our startup items. Don't see any malware itself, but we do have terminal and Java that might be used for persistent startup threads, but we'll check that once the machine starts up. But it doesn't seem like there's anything. And then on Total AV, we do have ransomware infection on Total AV. It was there for kind of like a brief moment. I did notice that there was some form of tampering with Total AV, as Defender was starting to give malware pop-ups. So I re-enabled the protection for Total AV, and I saw there was a background. Some of the files were starting to get encrypted, but now, as you guys can see, the machine is just beyond slow. I did try to restart Explorer and things like that, but it's just not helping. So I most probably would have to force restart this machine. But as you guys can see, this is the logo for Defender when it picks up ransomware. So it seems like it's a smoke loader. But that's as far as we can go with Total AV. So startup items, we do have 1, 2, and then Excel for some reason, but I don't think that might be Excel. Okay, cool. No, it's not that. So not that many startup items, and Total AV did actually get quite far into the test, but yeah, no, did not survive. So we'll see what ransomware it is once we restart, and hopefully it starts up, because I can't even get to Explorer to copy the files and upload them. On Sophos, you guys can see it's like really slow. A lot of error messages. So let me quickly close all the error messages, and then we'll see if it has dropped down in the Process Explorer. Okay, so I've closed all the error messages that I was able to see. So we still have some of the threads open here. But it's really not that much that I can still close. And as you guys can see, we still have quite a number of things running here in memory, but a lot of them do seem to be duplicates. But nonetheless, we do have quite a couple of things running. Okay, let's quickly look at our startup items. Okay, so it seems like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do have quite a number of startup items. And I just noticed now that Sophos is not showing on the taskbar. Okay. Okay, doesn't seem like there's any other user accounts running on this machine, so yeah, okay, cool. Let's just see if there's any damage to Kaspersky files. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Pictures are good. Yeah, let's see if there's any damage for Sophos. Okay, no, it seems like we're good on this section. And seems like we are good in the picture department. Okay, cool. So seems like Kaspersky and Sophos has survived the test. I'm gonna restart Kaspersky with the disinfection. So Sophos I'm gonna reboot normally. Total AV I'm gonna reboot. Let's hope it starts up, because I'm quite curious to see what variant of the ransomware it actually is. And then yeah, then we'll update them, start the full scans, and then we'll look at the results. Okie dokie guys, I'm back at my desk. Apologies for the delay. I was waiting for Kaspersky to finish what it wants to do, and it's still not finished after leaving it for multiple hours. Now with Sophos, I did a normal scan, it found no issues, and then I did a context menu scan on the entire C drive, and it also says that there's no problem. So I did 2 scans with Sophos. On the Kaspersky side, it's been stuck on the 99% now for many hours, and it is stuck on the 79 objects. Even if I do say resolve, it's not really doing anything. So I think I've given it enough time. Maybe it will deal with it eventually, but I think after a couple of hours it should have been done by now. So I'm just gonna now move on with the test. So with Kaspersky, no real issues except for this mesh agent that installed. I know the mesh agent is used for malicious purposes, so I think that's why it always gets flagged, but it's only by 7 vendors. So we're going to look at Task Manager, but for Sophos, just going to quickly go through it. Okay, doesn't seem like we have anything active running or any system processes that were modified. Startup items, only the startup item here. Okay, and then this updater. Okay, that's about that. On the Kaspersky side, doesn't seem like we have any real startup issues. On the total AV, it found I think 1,700 issues, but it couldn't quarantine any of them. So I'm not sure if the threads were removed before the quarantine list was created and thus it couldn't remove them because they were actually already removed, or it actually had issues removing them. And also I cannot enable the real-time protection. So as you guys can see, so this is our background. So the ransomware is Revil, so it's a variant of Revil. So yeah, so that's the ransomware infection we have. I just want to see if Process Explorer wants to open again. Okay, so these are our documents. Sorry, downloads. These are our documents, and these are our pictures completely destroyed. And this is the README file. Okay. Okay, so let's see if there's anything running. Okay, so our startup items, we still have 1, 2 startup items. So not that many startup items, but obviously the machine is already destroyed. Okay, doesn't seem like there's anything, so ransomware could have done its job, so the payload is now obviously not running anymore. Okay, so I think that's that, guys. Let's quickly reboot them, get the third-party opinion scanners updated, and then we can finalize the test. Okay guys, so after a while the tests are finally done, so we're gonna have a look at Sophos now with Heapman Pro. It seems like we have this Palladian under program data, and then a couple of malware in the temp file, which is the normal location where you'll find malware when it's being extracted, obviously. Quite a number of temp files, but they should be harmless unless there's something that tries to launch the malware from this location. But if they're just static in this folder, there should be no issue. And then we've got local temp here from a RAR file that extracted, but the majority of the files are in the temp. We only have the one on the program data, so not too bad. For Kaspersky, seems like we only have this mesh agent that installed. I don't really think this is malware itself, because it is more POP, because this program seems to be used for malicious purposes like AnyDesk and TeamViewer. All of those things are being used for today to evade detection and to be used as a rat. But yeah, I'm not really sure if this is actually malware, but we'll count it. So this is just malware in the folder, and then we've got this registry key for the ask bar. So not bad at all. We'll do total AV on its own. Now, oops, I see Kaspersky didn't do the malware scan, so sorry for that. Let's quickly run the scan while we run through all the other ones. So sorry guys, I actually completely forgot to scan this machine, but it shouldn't take too long. With Sophos, we obviously, let's just arrange it by location. Okay, so we've got program data, so that Palladian again, so it seems like it's a screensaver maybe, .scr, program data, and then we've got app data. Let's see if we can just expand that a little bit. New. Okay, that's not working. So app data local, I'm assuming that's app data local temp. Yes, okay, cool. So a lot of exes there. Then we've got on the Windows installer, we've got the downloads, a couple of scheduled tasks here. What are they? Roaming Microsoft.bat, so there's a startup item for batch. And then Google services. Okay, so we have obviously that one. Okay, let's quickly wait for Kaspersky and then we'll look at the results. Okay, so apologies for the scan not done on the Kaspersky. So now that it's done, we have app data local temp exe there. Seems like we only have one. Then it's malware on the desktop, and then the encrypted bitmap picture that's definitely picking up some Trojan. So more than meets the eye with that picture. So, but yeah, not bad results from Kaspersky. Okay, we're going to jump over to MPE on Sophos. We have that the roaming Google crash handler roaming. There's a batch file, JavaScript and program data 68. So that's obviously I think this program here on the desktop. Yeah, so it's the same for Kaspersky. So this program that I installed, but it's medium. Doesn't seem like there's much information about this program. Okay, and then Malwarebytes 70 versus 29 detection. So we've got that program data, our host file, so it's riskware. Then we've got program data, bunch of things under program data. Okay, a bunch of things on program data, but obviously this could be from the one program that installed. So these are all the files for that one program. So it's detecting every entry. Okay, program data, program back, and then we've got app data, local temp, got a couple of stuff there. Then we've got this installer, MSI, couple of two registry keys. Now with Kaspersky, got the malware on the desktop, and that's it. That's all that Malwarebytes is picking up. Okay, let's have a quick squiz at .levy. So .levy won't have that much because obviously the machine's encrypted. So we've got app data local temp, we've got this malware here, and then temp again, and then file doesn't exist. Okay. Then we've got program data, JavaScript there, app data, and then another registry key, that's a PUP. And then MPE, only app data roaming. And then Malwarebytes, documents and settings, on public, so .levy. I'm not sure why it's picking up .levy. App data local, and that's that. Okay, so this is one of the things that keep opening up when you log into the account. Now we're gonna hop over to Process Explorer. Okay, so Sophos. Okay. And then .levy. Okay. Okay, so startup items, and then for .levy, startup items. Okay, now the user account's running. Go to Kaspersky. Okay, so there's that mesh agent. Okay, startup items, user accounts. Okay, documents are good, picture versus pictures. And pictures are good. Kaspersky picture is good. Okay, so I think that is that, guys. Okay, so we don't really need to look at .levy. We know the files are encrypted, and .levy is MIA again on the taskbar. Ay, come on, .levy. Okay, anywho. .levy, enabling protections, most probably going to fail again. Oh, there we go. Cool. Thanks for coming to the party, .levy. Okay, guys, so I think that's the end of the test. Quite interesting and quite expected results for one of the AVs. Okay, so let's quickly recap. In the web test, all three of them actually did pretty well. .levy did also pretty good in the web test. Sophos didn't do bad in the malware test. We don't really have any issues on the machine here and there, maybe a couple of issues, but the third-party scanners should, if you use them all one by one, you should be able to clean up the machine. But also just keep in mind, whatever the results of the malware that we see is what the third-party opinion scanners can pick up. There might be something on the machine that not one of them are actually detecting, but it gives you a good indication of the condition of the machine. So not bad results from Sophos. I think better results from the last time. With Kaspersky, I think it came as no surprise that Kaspersky will be the winner for this test, but I would say Sophos did give Kaspersky a good go, but depends on your region. Sophos is pretty expensive in my region, so Kaspersky is definitely cheaper, and I would say definitely a better anti-malware solution versus Sophos. But yeah, so good results from Kaspersky. We also have no real issues there. Nothing really to worry about. You can just maybe run the scanners and just clean up whatever they can find if you're a bit unsure or have doubts. But I would say good results from Kaspersky. As we've always seen, Kaspersky always does well. Better results from Sophos, so good job Sophos. From the last time, it's definitely an improvement. And Total AV, first time I've tested it and it is utterly disappointing. During the install phase, when you install it, then they give you that little picture of, hey, encryption, ransomware, this is what it does. And yeah, it clearly didn't protect against the ransomware. So we saw that is a variant of Revol. So yeah, something flashed on the software screen. I'm not sure what that was. But yeah, so good results. Sophos gave Kaspersky a good go, but Kaspersky the clear winner, then Sophos, and then I can't actually remember that there was a third AV in this test. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the test. I'll do some other tests. There's kind of a backlog, but there are some of the requests. I think I'm just going to skip them. They are very old requests, so I'll focus more on the new requests that you guys are asking for. So I'll relook at what I need to do. So I'll start with those tests and hopefully more frequently start uploading tests, because it is quite busy, especially this time of the year when companies want to wrap up. So there's always a pressure to get work done, so work unfortunately comes first, and then the videos for YouTube. So thanks again guys for watching. For all the new guys that joined, welcome. Hope you guys learn from this, as I also learned from these tests, and the guys that have been here for a while, thanks for staying. And yeah, hit me up in the comments what you guys thought about the test, which products you guys think are the best, which one you actually use, and obviously the ones that you guys want me to test. But again, as always, thanks again for watching guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next test.